Karen and the Cryptids, Episode 7, Return of the Genie or Bigfoot Goes Bananas. One day, Bigfoot was in the thrift store looking at old camera equipment. He wasn't having a lot of luck, but he decided to look around the store. The store owner, Charlie B., said, "I have something you might like. It's very old and odd, an oil lamp." Bigfoot was intrigued. "You certainly know me, and you have piqued my interest. If not to buy it, at least to look at it." "Here you go," Charlie says, and handed him an old, dirty lamp. "Wow," says Bigfoot. "This looks like an old oil lamp from the Middle East." And Charlie says, "The fellow that sold it to me looked Middle Eastern, so perhaps it is." "Okay, so what's this thing going to set me back?" Bigfoot asks in a guarded tone. Charlie says, "I'll give you the Bigfoot special." Bigfoot says, "You know?" Charlie says, "Know what?" Bigfoot says, "Never mind." Bigfoot brings the lamp home and puts it on a shelf. Bigfoot is resting in his favorite recliner when Vampire Kid comes in. Vampire Kid sees the lamp on the shelf and he immediately freezes. "Bigfoot, stay away from that lamp. It's dangerous," Vampire Kid says. Bigfoot says, "Don't worry, I'm not going to light it. It's more decorative." "That's not what I mean," says Vampire Kid. "That's the lamp that contains the genie that cursed me." "No way," said Bigfoot. "I would think it was only a replica." Vampire Kid says, "It may be 400 years, but I would recognize that lamp anywhere. Under no circumstances should you ever rub that lamp." Bigfoot says, "Nah, there's no way this could be the lamp. Here, I'll show you," and takes the lamp from the shelf. Vampire Kid shrieks, "No!" Bigfoot casually rubs the lamp, and poof, the genie appears. The genie looks at Vampire Kid and says, "Oh no, it's you." Vampire Kid says, "I'm not exactly pleased to see you either." The genie admits to being frightened by Vampire Kid, but is bound to the rules of the genie and cannot run away. "Oh, Master Bigfoot, please allow me to return this abomination back to its original form. This is my deepest regret, and I will do so on the house, no taking of any of your wishes. I want to fix the wrong that I have done." Vampire Kid, knowing there's always an angle to the wishes, asks the genie, "What's the catch?" The genie responds honestly and says, "The catch is, if my request is fulfilled, you will no longer be Vampire Kid, and you will go back in time 400 years. You will have never met me, and you will have no knowledge of this timeline." Vampire Kid says, "I will think about it, and I will tell you after Bigfoot gets his wishes. Deal?" The genie says, "That's acceptable." The genie says, "Oh, Master Bigfoot, what is your first wish?" Bigfoot says, "I have everything I could ever want, right here, right now, except that I'm a little hungry. How about a bunch of bananas?" The genie says, "You can have anything you desire, and you want a bunch of bananas." Bigfoot says, "Yes, a bunch of bananas is my only desire at the moment." The genie says, "Your wish is my command," and a bunch of bananas appear. Missy comes in and immediately sees the bananas. Missy says, "Ooh, I love bananas. May I have one?" Bigfoot says, "Sure, there's plenty." Vampire Kid asks as well, and Bigfoot agrees to share. While they're all enjoying bananas with Bigfoot, Vampire Kid fills in Missy on his circumstances. Missy clearly states, "I don't want you to leave." Bigfoot says, "Let's get Zyler 9 and Nessie here for bananas too." Zyler 9 and Nessie arrive. They have some bananas, get filled in, and agree that Vampire Kid would be missed too much and don't want him to leave. Nessie says, "I would love to make us all banana bread, but there's not enough bananas left." Bigfoot summons the genie. Bigfoot says, "I have chosen my second wish." The genie says, "How about some gold, silver, or jewels?" Bigfoot says, "No, I want another bunch of bananas so that Nessie can make banana bread." The genie says, "I could just give you banana bread, no cooking required." Bigfoot says, "Nessie wants to make banana bread, so obey my wish." "Okay, you certainly are a strange lot," says the genie, and Zyler 9 says, "I didn't hear anyone wish for your opinion." Everyone except the genie laughed. Bigfoot said to the genie, "Oh, come on, you sourpuss. You have to admit that was pretty funny." The genie says, yes, even at my expense, that was pretty funny. Okay, can we get to your last wish? I figure perhaps more bananas? Bigfoot says, no, we have plenty of bananas now. The genie says, perhaps some riches? And Bigfoot says, no, as a matter of fact, I don't need anything else. I actually didn't need the bananas because the store will deliver them to me. The genie says, then why waste 2 wishes on bananas? Bigfoot says, oh, I was yanking your chain. I don't really need anything at all. As a matter of fact, you can have the last wish. I've had my fun. The genie says, do you understand what you just did, giving me that last wish? Bigfoot says, yes, I do. The genie, now being freed from his curse, turns to Vampire Kid and asks, do you want to go back? Vampire Kid says, no, that was a no-brainer. The genie says, well, can I do something for you? Vampire Kid says, can you make me a little older? I can't stand being a kid like this. The genie says, they told me there can be unforeseen side effects from spells like this one. Are you sure this is what you want? Vampire Kid says, yes, I'll take that chance, and maybe even make me less scary? The genie says, I'll try my very best, as long as you take responsibility for the outcome. Vampire Kid says, I am willingly taking a risk to be a little bit older and possibly less scary. I allow this by my own free will. The genie concentrates as hard as he has ever concentrated in his life, and a ball of energy surrounds them both. Suddenly, a massive flash of light fills the room. Missy is first to see. Where's Vampire Kid, and who is this old man? Vampire Kid says, it's me, don't you recognize me? Oh no, Vampire Kid is 90 years old. The genie says, the upshot of this is he's not scary anymore. I am so sorry, Vampire Kid, I really didn't mean to do that. Xyler 9 chimes in, if you're only truly sorry, you will help me reverse this and fix the big mistake. The genie says, oh yes, I will do that. I really have no place to go anyway. Bigfoot says, all cryptids are welcome here, and the human Missy. The genie says, are you sure she's human? Xyler 9 says, what do you mean? The genie says, don't worry about it, I'm just talking trash. Missy says, oh no, you're meeting my parents tomorrow. Will Vampire Kid meet Missy's parents as an old man? Will Elma embarrass Missy again? Will the AI be stubborn about Vampire Kid? Will Xyler 9 figure anything out? Will the genie be able to help with this awful mess? Will the writer find that life he is searching for? How did Bigfoot know what to do with the third wish? Like and subscribe, and maybe you'll find out.